Hello Dub Nation, it's always a thrill to connect with you, especially as we're about to reveal the latest news that could shape the fate of our beloved Golden State Warriors. But before we dive into this whirlwind of information, let me make a friendly request. Show us some love by clicking the like button to strengthen our bond, and hey, if you are not subscribed yet, join our channel for a thrilling and emotional journey. Don't forget to turn on notifications to stay ahead of the game. The overlooked factor in a potential Lauri Markkanen trade to the Golden State Warriors. The pursuit of Lauri Markkanen remains a waiting game for the Golden State Warriors, with August 6 marked as a crucial date for clarity. If a contract extension is agreed upon on August 6, the Utah Jazz forward could become a trade candidate again at the midseason deadline on February 6. The Warriors seem content to wait a few more weeks to understand Utah's intentions with their 2023 All-Star. As talks continue between the Golden State Warriors and Utah Jazz, Lauri Markkanen holds significant control over his future. Much has been discussed about what the Golden State Warriors might offer in a deal and what the Utah Jazz might want in return, but little has been said about Markkanen's preferences as the central figure in this discussion. During the latest episode of the Warriors Plus Minus podcast, The Athletic's Tim Kawakami highlighted Markkanen's desires as an overlooked aspect of the entire scenario. I understand the August 6th deadline, it's real. I think it's overlooked that Markkanen has a say in this. There's a contribution from Markkanen's mind, he doesn't have to do it on August 6th. Tim Kawakami. Markkanen's strength lies in his ability to refuse signing an extension on August 6th. This decision could ensure he stays with the Jazz until at least the next offseason, assuming he signs the extension shortly after. If no extension is made, Utah's leverage might be limited, as Markkanen's agent could warn potential suitors about the uncertainty of him signing an extension with them. Remember when there was speculation that Golden State might trade for Pascal Siakam at the start of last season? Part of the reason they didn't was that the 2019 champion reportedly wasn't keen on signing a new contract with them in free agency. Markkanen could take a similar approach, potentially reducing rival contenders and thus limiting Utah's leverage in negotiations. Does he want to join the Warriors? Who knows? It's certainly up to the franchise to wait and see, especially with the lack of attractive options elsewhere in the trade market. Major uncertainty surrounds whether Markkanen-fueled Warriors could return to contention. As currently constructed, the Golden State Warriors are projected to land between the 6th and 12th spots in a highly competitive Western Conference next season. They have enough depth to suggest they could improve on last season if everything goes right, but they currently lack the star power to confidently place them among the top 4 or 5 teams. If things go wrong, improved teams like the Memphis Grizzlies, Houston Rockets, and San Antonio Spurs could push them even further down from their 10th place finish in 2023-24. But what if the Warriors acquire Lauri Markkanen in a trade with the Utah Jazz in the coming weeks? Could that be the catalyst to elevate their standing and make them genuine contenders in the West? Rival executives and coaches reportedly uncertain about what Lauri Markkanen would do for the Golden State Warriors. Markkanen isn't just a talented player, averaging at least 23 points in each of the last 2 seasons with great efficiency. Adding a 7-footer with his range would unlock a frontcourt for Golden State currently limited by a lack of legitimate shooting threats. The 2023 All-Star would likely be a perfect fit and undoubtedly improve the Warriors. But how much better would they be? According to ESPN's Zach Lowe, the outlook on a Markkanen-powered Golden State team is all over the place. When you ask rival executives and coaches if that team would be a real contender, the answers vary. I'm a bit skeptical, although I see the vision. The timeline might be tight. That team winning 2 or 3 playoff series depends on Curry and Green maintaining their current levels of play into their late 30s. Zach Lowe. The potential trade's impact on the future. While a trade for Markkanen might mean sacrificing the future, with Jonathan Kuminga and Brandon Podziemski expected to play significant roles next season, it would leave a mark if either were sent to Utah. Markkanen may be a perfect fit, but he's not widely recognized as one of the top 10 to 15 players in the league. He's made 1 All-Star appearance and has never been All-NBA in his 7 NBA seasons. The Finnish forward is an elite finisher given his size and shooting combination, but he isn't an elite shot creator or playmaker. This isn't to criticize someone who would undoubtedly make the Warriors better, but it reinforces the fact that most still project them outside the top 4 in the West, which is generally considered to include the Oklahoma City Thunder, Dallas Mavericks, Minnesota Timberwolves, and Denver Nuggets, in no particular order.